Welcome back to the garden. My name is Marin and today I want to show you what I've got going on, what's growing, what's been planted for the summer, and a few things how I keep my garden going. Now, starting in the greenhouse, I think I've become a crazy tomato person. I have planted so many tomatoes this year. I don't even have the place to plant these out. Now, I was thinking about it, and the plan is I will build a little stall in front of my house, and whatever I don't plant, I'm just gonna put a sign for free, and hopefully people will take there. Some of them, as I'll show you in a minute. I've gone overboard, not sure why. Now this is my craziness. I've got tomatoes underneath. I've made a extension to my rack to put tomatoes on top. There is some here. I've got some squash and some cucumbers going. Now I've got too many cucumbers as well, which I will give away. Now the lettuce are growing quite nicely in here. As you can see here, we've picked some out. Now basil is coming in. Okay, a little bit. I'd like to be a little bit bushier, but it's good. Just for me to get in here, this is the space I've got literally. I had to take some boxes out. So. These will obviously go back in. They can't stay too long on the outside. So, but just to get started, I've made some room, and I'm actually thinking, how do I make more shelves in this thing. Now let's start in the back here. The blueberries are doing quite well. I'm really happy with them this year. One thing I've changed with them from last year, I have been giving them much more water. I think that has helped quite a bit to get some bigger, nicer fruit on them. Definitely the water has improved the yields and size of the fruit. So if you're struggling for fruit or something, try the water. Maybe it will help you too. We've gone. The silver beet is starting to grow nicely now. We have picked some of the carrots, doing quite well. Snow peas, they look like they're dead, but they still got plenty of snow peas on them. I'll pick them up in a minute and I'll show you. I've missed some here, and I think I'll just use them for seeds. Why not? Beetroot, we've started picking it. The little ones in between here will get some more room now to grow, and the bucket tomatoes that I had growing all winter, they have started showing up as well. So these are just some cherry tomatoes. And the back here, dill. It's not giving me a nice bulb. This is the second time in the row. Now I'll show you in the back my cabbage. Same thing. So I'm really disappointed in the seed collection seeds. I will not buy seeds from them anymore. Every time I thought I'll have some nice seeds from a nice website, from I thought people that they know what they're doing. It's been a fail every time. I'm getting much better results from eBay or even Bunnings. I don't know whether these things are what they're claiming to be, but yeah, I plant the same thing from Bunnings or from the internet, from the eBay, and it grows. I plant the stuff from the seed collection, and 90% of the time is a fail. So these are coming out today. I'm just gonna compost them. No, it's not the lack of the water for the bulbs. No, it's not the soil. The soil is great. I have given it water. I have a drip system next to them. I have been watering them like crazy. You go down there and check the soil is really moist. It's just not producing bulbs for me. This is the second year in the row that I've tried these same seeds. I'm not gonna give them a third. Finally, towards the back here, we've got these onions. I want to try to get these to be bulb onions. As you can see here, the wind has been pushing them over and whatnot, but I think they'll be okay. They're kind of starting to form a bulb here, so this should be good. Let me pick these snow peas quickly and see what we get. So this is what we got. Now, I'm a bit of a clumsy person, so if you are same as me, I use these things. I usually pull the whole plant or kill it or something when I try to pick these by hand, so this is helping me tremendously not kill the plant. Been picking these every 2 days and we get about this little basket full of them. We obviously can't eat them. I can actually see a few that I missed. I've got to go back and pick them. And yeah, we've been giving them away. They've been really great growing this year, so it was good time to... Winter was really good for these snow peas. Those are my peppers and the eggplants. They need to go back into the greenhouse. For some reason we have a couple of really cold days today. Yesterday was even colder. So the season is definitely a bit slow this year. Now what I want to do is I want to grab these lettuces out and try to put them somewhere, or try to plant them somewhere out in the garden. So that's gonna be the next job, trying to find a spot for these. The peppers need to be also pricked out, but I won't bore you with that. Actually, I don't have the time to do it this week. They're still small, so they'll be fine for next week. Now also I've got this beetroot. This is a $1 Aldi pack. I don't know how much I've planted, but it's actually gone okay. Next to it is my basil for outside. So this beetroot, I wanna, same thing, push it somewhere. I've got to find some spot for it. It's at a point where it's big enough to go into the... So starting here in the corner, I've got my last year's peppers, and I've interplanted all the lettuce and the beetroot. So hopefully these things will be picked. Lettuce will be for 100%. So I can actually just plant some new ones, then start closer to these, so I can make more use of this space. These old peppers are slowly waking up. So that's a good sign. Now I've got some spring onion from last winter still growing here. I have been picking them, but I've got few that are forming the flower. Now I won't pick those, I will leave them so I can collect my own spring onion seed for this year or for next year. So this is what it's doing. There's a couple of these flowers starting, and I'll be collecting my seeds from these. So we got the spinach. It's starting to go to flower. I'm still picking the leaves. The leaves are still good to eat. Now what I will do is soon I'll give it one more picking. I have picked them 4 times now. I will give them one more picking, and I'll leave a couple of really strong ones to go to flower, and preferably out of the way, so I can collect seeds from them. I don't have many seeds left. I've been collecting these seeds for 4 years now, and these things have been growing better and better every year, so time to collect the seeds this year as well. And right next to it I've got the little new ones coming. So these new ones will replace these old ones. I will not plant them like this anymore. What I will do is I'll plant them in a row, maybe 1 or 2 rows in the front, 1 or 2 rows in the back, and I make sure I put tomatoes in between them. So I will, now I'm gonna think about leaving enough space for my tomatoes to go in. So whatever I plant in between now and the tomato season, it will be planted towards the edges. So when the tomato is ready to go out, I have the space, I can just go and put it in. One thing I had problems with is these lettuce. Something seems to just cut them off. I'm not sure whether this is the slugs, some bug in the ground, or whether the wind is kind of, while they're young, pushing them over and killing them. But that's one problem I've been having with some of my lettuce. But then again, I've got so many other, and I can always replant them, so it's not a big deal. Now I've planted this corn out maybe a little bit too early, but I ran out of space, so we will see what happens with it. So these things here, they're meant to be bulb onions, just cutting onions. But what I've done is I've planted them in clumps. So when you look at it closer, I'll pick out the nice ones and eat them as spring onion, and I'll leave one for the bulb onion. So this is one way how I maximize my space in my little garden. Because yeah, I've got to use every square centimeters of soil because there's not much left. There's not much for me here. What I'll probably do is I'll pull this big one. So you just twist it out, and then I'll let these little ones grow. Same thing here, I've got 4 growing. I'll probably take these 2 big ones out, or here, and let the rest become bulb onions. The beans that I thought they didn't make it, they actually made it. So I planted them out. Whether it's a bit too early for them, maybe. I have no space in the greenhouse. They had to go into the soil. Up to now they're looking good. I think they'll be fine. Hopefully this couple of chilly days will go by quickly, and it's gonna go for the good. So I've got quite a bit of celery coming up right now. It's gonna be too much, and the new spinach that was planted after the other one up there, it's coming up really well as well. I've already picked that one once as well. So probably by the time that little seedlings are ready, this thing is gonna finish cropping, and we'll have a couple of more months of spinach. The rocket is about to go to flowers. We have picked quite a few times now. It's getting a bit bitter at the moment. We don't mind the little bit of the bitterness, but yeah, I think we'll give it one more pick and pull it out. Peppers that are planted out of the greenhouse. Two out of 3 are coming alive. I didn't honestly think they're gonna make it out of the greenhouse that big from the pots, but now I'm really happy. The third one has got some green on the stem. Not giving up on it yet, but I've planted a couple of new ones in there, so I can toss them around this way. The little struggling one that's been outside for 2-3 years now doesn't look good either, so I'll probably pull that one out, refresh it with a new one, because obviously we've got to maximize our yields here. Can't afford to have plants underperforming. And then here's our cabbage. Again, seeds from the seed collection. the heads are meant to be 1.5 kilos. If I get a half a kilo head out of these, and I can make a cabbage salad out of 1 or 2, I'll be really happy, man. Again, very disappointed. And then again, maybe it's the year, but I'm getting too many times bad results from them, so I'm not getting burnt again. This time last year I have been picking my garlic, but this year has been really slow growing. I think it needs about a month to be ready, but I have planted it about 3 weeks late because it was really wet and I was afraid that my bulbs will rot in the ground. My dad's one is 3 weeks before mine and it's much better stem, but he's not getting any bulbs on his either, so we'll see what happens. Parsley as usual, always growing some parsley. When these start going a bit bigger, I'll start some more in the trays and keep them going fresh. And up the top we've got a little bit of celery, the Carolina Reaper pepper, which is more like an ornament for me, which is just being great, and I really can't just pull it out. I don't eat it. I give the things away. It's too hot for me, but the plant looks so nice. I don't want to pull it out. And then we have the potatoes up the top. They're really going well this year. I'm really happy with my potatoes this year. Last year wasn't too bad. The potatoes were on the smaller side, but I've pulled a couple of them out and they're looking good, so hopefully not long now till they're ready to come out. Now if you wonder how I keep my beds clean, I have copied a tool from Nevasink Farm. It was a bit pricey for me to get from the States, so I've made my own. This is what I have. This was a $10 rake. Believe it or not, the rake was cheaper than a stick. Then I've got a bit head screwed through the rake, which was about $10 as well. And then I've just bent some wire and I've put it onto one of the bits. I haven't pulled these out in a long time, but this is meant to come out, and if I wanted a smaller one or something I could replace it. This one has been good for me. I haven't made a second one, so this thing I just tickle the small weeds out and the sun just burns them and they die. I don't let the weeds grow big, so I go with this probably 5 minutes through the whole garden, and that's probably once every 1-2 weeks, and that's all I do. I'll just show you quickly. Like I said, me being always clumsy and bit, I've got to make sure this is got nothing sharp on it, which is great. There's a little weed, I just pull it, and there's another one there, and that's it. It doesn't damage any of my roots. If I hit the plant with it, it doesn't kill it. That's the main thing for me, and I just go along and I can get really close. Let's see here, I can really get close and just pull it and not damage my plants. So this thing has been a blessing for me. Looks like I won't find the time to put this beetroot in today, but this is what the greenhouse looks like. Now I've got to put that box with the beetroot next to it, and that's it. I can't even walk in. I need to pull a box out to water these. With that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers, and hopefully I see you in the next one.